It's your girl, it's your girl, keeping you up with the world. Always with a smile, walking in a royal style, having convo with some interesting folks. So come hang out with your favorite host. Rockin' with Robin, rockin' with Robin, rockin' with Robin, rockin' with Robin.
Welcome to Rockin' with Robin. I'm Robin. Today I have a very interesting guest. So sit tight, we'll be right back.
Rockin' with Robin, rockin' with Robin, rockin' with Robin.
This portion of Rockin' with Robin is sponsored by PLX Premium. Welcome back to Rockin' with Robin. I promise you I had an interesting guest. I have Mr. Ian Perry Man. How are you? Did I say that good?
You said it wrong. Isn't it very mean?
I was trying to.
The number 9, you'll never forget it.
Oh, no.
Turn it back.
Oh no! Oh no! I got 3 names, huh?
Yeah.
Come over, Ian Perry Man.
Long story. I found out what it meant
Okay.
in a game of Scrabble. It spells the literal number 9 when you turn it backwards. Enin, Nine. So the first name. So my aunt named me Enin after Enin Uncles, which is a German name. Big ups to the country of Germany. He lived there a couple of years.
Right.
Good to know that there because it was a familiar name to them.
Right.
And of course, Perry Man is for my dad.
Okay.
It was,
So there you go. Voila.
Yeah.
There you go. That's you right there. So where you from?
That's a funny question because I get that question all the time, and I have to really hone in. And Chicago by way of California, Mississippi. Go figure, right? I was born in Chicago, reared in between California and Clarksville, Mississippi. Underscore, let me say that's the home of the blues and where Sinners is centered around in the movie.
So you're an Army brat?
I'm not an Army brat.
Okay.
But I did go to the military after high school, which is why I'm saluting, Memorial Day.
Yeah. How was that?
It's real. That was very interesting because I left high school, went straight to the military, full scholarship to go to UCLA.
Right.
I turned it down. Why? Because I wanted to be the type of artist that really wrote honestly about what he was thinking about, what I was writing about.
Right.
And so I figured I've got to live life.
Yeah.
And my best way to do it was be all you can be. Just kidding, in the army.
You couldn't have said that any better.
Yes, ma'am.
Any better.
Yeah.
So your experience, everything you've been through is all into what you write.
Exactly.
That's something.
I first learned
Right.
that I could write. Big ups to everybody who served overseas and served in these conflicts. I was 19 years old and went to Desert Storm, Desert Shield. And in the middle of that, I went to the front line, 3rd Armored Cavalry Regiment, ROTC. Hoorah to all the guys. And gals.
You won't be howling at your sleep at night while you sleep, do you?
I do have PTSD.
You do?
That is something that... No, you are... I'm glad you brought that up because that is something that a lot of men and women have suffered going through the conflicts, and we get lost in the sauce because we don't, acknowledge, thank you for your service.
Yes.
But really, there's a lot that went on behind the scenes of these guys and girls who sacrificed something in their lives for us to be able to have the right to just be on this show and doing a live show.
So you take all that, and put it into your music.
Yes.
So you write?
Yes. I write. I found interesting story. I started writing when I was E1 private in the military.
Okay.
They were like, that's the guy that can sing. So, of course, they called me over there. Hey, sing this. I'm doing Freddie Jackson. I'm going to read everything because, it's on radio.
Yes.
So that's when I discovered I could write a song that was on my first album called What Will I Do? And that was a single. Also, let me fast forward, talking about Germany.
Yes.
When I got restationed after the war over in Frankfurt, Germany, I auditioned for this group called Snap.
Okay.
And they were trying to pivot and get a male singer, and I auditioned. I was like, well, it's a group that has a female singer, so
Right.
they need a male.
Yes.
And the guy was like, just try it anyway, you know what I'm saying? They want something nuanced. So I tried out, and the guy was like, oh, we don't want you for this white group. And I'm like, okay, the group. And turns out, Robert Gordon, big ups to them. It's on records. They are the ones that signed me instantly after that audition. Instantly. When they were doing that.
Right,
you know,
right,
do that
right.
now.
They don't
The
break
hard
down.
press to
Oh,
find
no,
somebody
oh.
on the spot.
Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Isn't that amazing?
So yeah,
Wow.
that's how I got my beginning, if you
Yes.
will, into professionally into the record industry.
Isn't that something? That's beautiful. So besides, you also produce?
Yeah, I produce, write all my stuff, and I sing everything. The funny story, because after I left the big guys, I had to do this on my own, and so I
Right.
couldn't afford to hire female background vocals. So I had to learn how to sing all my vocals myself, and got pretty good at it because
Yeah.
nobody can tell who's that in the back.
Right.
All things, right?
You know, you wait for the go up. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it amazing? So what are you doing now?
Well, right now, I'm so stoked and elated to be on your show to tell the world that we
Yes,
have
please.
new records out.
Yes,
So I
please.
took a little hiatus because I went really wet and I did get married.
You oh, that's why you're glowing.
Yes, that's the goal.
Just like, okay.
And I am actually happy now.
That's what I'm
And
talking about.
I went through a lot of dark times
Yes.
in that whole process of the
Right.
music industry and
Right.
learning it. And I don't want to tell my age, but I want to tell my age because I'm very, very proud because a lot of folks didn't.
Yes.
I got to meet a lot of people that are not here
Yes.
today, and I'm still standing.
That's
And
right.
I take all of that
Right.
in with this.
Okay.
And so when I got married, it changed really my trajectory. I was going to give up on everything. I was like,
Right.
this is my last album. I'm going to retire.
That's what I'm talking
At
about.
this
And you
point,
have your
that's
lovely
it.
wife here
I
with you.
do have
That's
my
what I'm
wife.
talking about.
Everywhere. She's going everywhere.
That's what I'm talking about. I tell you.
I like, I waited this long to get you. You're not going to get
You
over
sure
here.
that's all right. You gonna follow me? Follow me.
Yes, ma'am.
It's beautiful. That is like that's a
And
team,
she's
you
my
know.
mom, too.
And
She's
that's
a
what I say.
trooper.
Family pray together, family stay together.
Stay together.
Oh my God. So what you got going on out there now?
Well, I have 2 new records out. I have Blame Me and I
Okay.
have Love You, which is about my lovely wife.
Hold that thought. Hold that smile. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be right back. This is Rockin' with Robin. I'll be right back.
Rockin' with Robin, rockin' with Robin, rockin' with Robin.
Venue Space of Atlanta. Arlo is your genie to finding the perfect venue for your special event. Whether you're looking for a mansion or Airbnb or a quaint space, Arlo is your connection. Contact Arlo on Facebook group at Venue Space of Atlanta and let your wish be her command.
You have a toothache but no insurance? No problem. Queen Care Service is the perfect solution for the uninsured or underinsured. Go to queencare.savewithdiscounthealthcare.com to get your affordable discount membership and give your teeth the care it deserves.
Welcome back to Rockin' with Robin, and I'm here with my special guest, and I'm gonna have you say that wonderful.
Enin Perryman.
Oh boy. Say it again.
Enin Perryman. The number 9 spelled backwards, you will never forget it. I promise you. Enin Perryman. ENINPERRYMAN.
And don't y'all
Forget it.
Don't y'all forget it. So tell me, so you were saying before you went to break that you just got married. How is marriage like? How is being married and also doing your passion? How you handling that?
I want to go back to the me hanging it up thing.
Okay.
My queen said, no, you're not. We're not doing that, baby. You're not giving up on this because she recognized
Yes.
that was my passion. It was my
Right.
dream.
Yes.
And I was going like, you know what? I thought the idea of marriage, you give up all of that
Yes.
hard stuff and you settle down with your queen. And all that. She was like, no. She's like, you are called to do this.
Isn't that beautiful?
And I'm thinking, I thought literally I do R&B.
Right.
Real R&B.
Right.
Soul R&B.
Sure.
Right. Underscore that I'm from
You
Clarksville,
gonna sing
Mississippi.
something for
Go
me
back to
before?
that little
You
bit.
gonna sing something before we go?
I can.
Okay.
Yes, I will.
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
I want a little bit of that. What will I do that we were talking about
That's
earlier?
what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. Before we go, I'm always that word. So, you were saying that she's basically your backbone.
She's my rock.
She's your rock.
She's my rock. She's the one that saved all of you from not hearing another Enin Perryman record in your lives. Yeah, but she did. She told me, babe, this is what God gave you, and take
Right.
it and milk it and give it
Right.
to people. And I thought people had forgotten about R&B because I'm
Yes.
there and all the stuff that's out now.
Right.
I'm not that person to write about negativity. I've been through a lot of dark chapters, and we'll talk about that.
Yes.
But after seeing what I've seen in the music industry,
Mhm.
this was an opportunity to pivot.
Yes.
I'm a grown man now.
Okay.
I'm a grown man.
All right. A
I'm
whole grown man.
mature. Yes.
That's right. That's
And
right.
I know some things, and I want
Right.
to share that thing, and I want
Right.
to bring us back to
Yes.
what the root of R&B was: is to love.
Right.
LOVE, the real
So
essence.
when did we lose it? How did what?
I'm thinking that when the industry changed,
Yes.
it was more about the dollar and the
Mhm.
fast dollar.
Okay.
They started getting these young kids and not educating them about the music industry. They do
Mhm.
that, and they
Right.
went in full throttle, which is why you had all of this stuff to come up at the
Right.
parties and people selling their soul for the dollar.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a lot of temptation. Let me tell
Yes,
you, it's a lot
yes.
of temptation because there's a lot of things in this music industry. When I left Sony and went to America to
Right.
design, because I was doing techno, I wrote one of the biggest songs in the world
Okay.
called "What Is Love" at Logic Records for an
Yes.
artist called Hathaway.
Yes.
And it was #1 in 13 countries. So
Right.
that's, Europe knows my work.
Right.
So when I left to come back to the United States, I wanted to do something new. I wanted to do what was in my soul. My
Right.
dad was a blues musician. My
Wow.
mother was a gospel singer.
Okay.
I'm somewhere in between.
Right.
And I had to sell my hometown, which was the home of the blues. Like I said, it was
Yes.
featured in the Sinners movie with Michael Jordan.
Yes.
And I wanted to really, because so many people have come out that town that nobody knows about.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Nate Dogg, Snoop Dogg. come
Yes.
on.
All
I can name them.
That's
Brandon
right.
Owens from Jackson, Mississippi.
Right. Right.
So
right.
all of those folks, when we leave, we left the really the soul behind.
Yes, we did.
And I wanted to take that, because my dad will always tell me, never forget where you come from.
Of course.
And I wanted to embrace that. And it's also in my music. When you hear Enin Perryman record, from now on, I promise you're going to get pure soul.
Wow. It is
It may be mixed with a little hip hop, and
Yeah.
I got that sell
Yeah.
record.
But it's well needed.
Exactly.
It's well needed
And it's
out
from
here
my heart.
today.
Every note, I promise
Oh.
you, is from my heart.
Right. Right.
And I'm
right.
writing positive subjects. Love You is about love. It's about pure love. And if nobody has told you that they love you,
Right.
I'm telling you the song, I love you.
Isn't
Put
that
the record
something?
on, I got you.
Wow. So what are you doing to get back? Like,
Well, I right now we started our new record label.
Mhm.
It was Enin Music Group. We changed the name to Enin Music Group, and my
Mhm.
wife handles all the
mhm,
the ins and outs of it, while I can be the artist, that kind of thing.
mhm.
So I'm really interested in young folk. In really getting those ones who want to
Yes.
and let's face it, Atlanta is we're the mecca of entertainment now. Black Wall Street. Yeah. Just saying. And there's a lot of talent here.
Yes.
And I feel the young people are reaching back. We
Right.
just had the guy Jamal Roberts to win
Yes.
American Idol,
Yes.
and he's from Mississippi.
Oh, yes,
And I'm
yes.
so proud of that young man for
Yes, he is.
embracing soul.
Yes. Yes.
And not falling into the category
Right.
of the popular deal.
Yes.
But he's singing from his soul,
Yes,
and
yes.
he's really above.
Oh, yes. I get him. Yeah, I see him buzzing around.
And he's opening the doors for
Yes,
a
he
lot
is.
of us
Yes.
real soul singers out
Yes.
here who have more, and also the guy where the
Right.
fans at. I'm bringing Southern soul back to the
You know what I'm
foreground.
saying? Right, right. So tell me your opinion about Puffy.
I get asked this question in every interview, and I get it because it's a hot button issue right now.
It is.
And I've only met him a couple of times. I had a stint when I was trying to rebuild my career.
Right.
I was offered a deal at Motown,
Yes.
right when Peter Sparks was the A&R director.
Mhm.
And I got to meet him briefly at a party.
Right.
Let me underscore, it wasn't a freak off, it was a party.
So let's clear that, right?
And
He said it was a party.
my wife's like, no, don't do the post.
It was a party.
Because I'm a realist, and I
Right.
want people to understand
Right.
the real side of Hollywood.
Yes.
Now that Atlanta's becoming that new black, Hollywood, if you will,
It is.
there's a lot of dirt out there. There's a lot of
Yes.
things that you can get involved in.
Yes.
And a lot of young folks are not prepared for that.
No.
Giving back, I give folks, especially young folks coming in this business,
Right.
the real deal up front.
Yes.
Listen, you got to watch out. Don't sell yourself short.
No.
You are worth
Right.
you know, your weight in gold, if you will,
Yeah.
when it comes to the industry. And
Right.
there's a lot of offers that will be made to you
Right.
that are not going to be always conducive. You
Yes.
never should have to sell your soul. And especially with my queens,
Right.
you are a queen.
Right.
You are a queen.
Yes.
Wear that badge of honor. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing
Yes.
to make it.
Right.
The point is to be unique and different,
Mhm.
because this is a day and age people are tired of the same old, same old. They need something
Right.
heartfelt and need something real.
Right.
And I think
Right.
that Jamal guy really expresses the realness of pain, suffering, the heartache of it
Yes.
when he approaches
Yes.
a record.
Yes.
And I would say that is the whole gist of it. And not pivoting from the Puff Daddy issue,
Right.
but yeah, as a young man, I was in that era where there were boy bands coming. I hashed my career coming back with Special Generation and doing the Def Comedy Jams and all that. And there was a lot of drug, sex, and rock and
It
roll
was.
going on.
It was. This
And
one.
the party thing is like in Hollywood is culture. If you're not one of those people, you know, we need you here, we need
Right.
you there,
Right.
you know, then you're not relevant.
Right.
And you have to stay relevant.
Right.
But choose your relevancy, if
Okay.
you will. You
Okay.
don't have to follow everything that's out there. If you believe in yourself and your gift will make room for you. My grandmother used to tell me that all the time.
Right.
You don't have to do everything everybody's doing. Your gift will make room for you.
Exactly.
And when you embrace that,
Mhm.
then you got to believe that nothing will stop you.
Right.
You know, from wherever you're coming from.
Right.
You know, whatever life that you live. If you
Mm-hmm.
come from dire poverty, if you're rich, if you're coming in and you're sincere
Yes.
and honest about your art,
Yeah.
let that be the thing.
Exactly.
Because people like you, they're gonna buy you.
Right.
It's gonna
Right.
sell.
Right.
Yeah, and like I said, the other stuff, you know, I get it. It's a popular thing. You want to be in the know, and then
Mm-hmm.
the thing and temptation is going to be offered everybody.
Mhm.
You know, in this business. I mean, a couple of things I had to turn down. You know,
Right.
and underscore in that, male or female,
Yes.
you have to really know your value when you're approaching this.
Wow. Wow.
You
You
know?
speak some heavy words.
Yeah, I've been there.
I mean,
I've been there.
you real with it.
Yeah, again, I've been to a Puff Daddy party where everybody was offered, and there was levels to these things, and people have to know that there was a big difference in the freak offs
Yes.
and the industry parties that
Right.
were thrown by these moguls.
Right.
And again, you're expected to be there.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you're revamping and rehashing your career. And this is the thing when you sometimes you have to make valid sacrifices, and
Right.
you have to pick your battles.
Right.
I had a $1 million contract offered by Motown, and I was going to be their next R&B singer, and it was like, oh yeah, you know, you're the guy. And I turned it down.
Yeah.
I turned it
Yeah.
down because of those. And look, picture this. 1997, Prince is changing his name, right?
Wow. Wow. But hold that. But don't go nowhere. We're gonna be right back. We're gonna be right back. Hold tight.
Rockin' with Robin, rockin' with Robin, rockin' with Robin.
She gave him her heart. He gave her his pain. Caronda Hines shares with the world of the price she paid in the name of love in Volume 3 of the all-female collaboration book series, A Love Story. Get your copy now at carondahines.com.
If you would like to be a guest on Rockin' with Robin or become a sponsor, email rockinwithrobin2@gmail.com. Welcome back to Rockin' with Robin, and I'm Robin. I'm here with my very special guest.
Listen, I am stoked and elated again to be rocking and Robin. Yeah. Rocking with Robin, okay?
So tell me
Yes.
about what type of encouraging words can you give to young men coming out here and following your footsteps?
I want to speak to the kings exclusively. My queens, stay solid, believe in yourself,
Yes.
and don't let your talent be taken for granted. You are the talent,
Right.
right? So, young kings, remember, we have a responsibility in our music.
Mhm.
We can't, negate the fact that, things are negative, and I get it. We're portraying a lot of things that's negative in our
Right.
hip hop and our rap, but you don't have, there's Kendrick Lamar,
Mhm.
the example, that you can be an artist and you can be a positive force for change as well. We're in an age right now that we need positivity.
Mhm.
We need kings to stand up and be leaders. when Al Sharpton and James Brown and all these people were, Stevie Wonder were activists with their music. This is an opportunity for us now in this day and age to be activists, real activists and agents for change.
Right.
We've got to stand firm on our music.
Right.
Kings, I'm betting on you. I believe in you, and I know that you will take us to the next level. And that's what we're looking for,
Right.
is someone will pivot from all of this industry made stuff and come from the heart. Speak to our people. We need you right now
Right.
to be those kings and those queens that you are made to be. And in this industry, we're waiting for the next. This is your private opportunity, not only to change the industry, but to change the world through your culture and your art that only you uniquely present.
Wow, wow. So what do you think about Chris Brown?
Wow, Chris, underscore, we were on the same level before, with Jive Records.
Yes.
So we all start,
Yes.
when he started his career, we started with some of the same people.
Right, right.
And man, Chris has been through so many ups and downs, and this is the point where you really have to be focused in
Yes.
this industry, because there's so many things, so many vices that are out there that you really have to navigate the waters.
Right.
And I fear that sometimes when we become successful, that we lose focus.
Yes.
That focus that got us there, that's the focus that we have to keep.
Right.
You have legendary people, Lionel Richie and Stevie Wonder, that have held on the pill. Very, very few scandals of any.
Right.
But they understood that this was a business that, number one, going back to the responsibility that we carry as artists. We
Right.
shape people. We write the soundtrack for people's lives.
Yes.
People grow up listening to our music. People are shaped
Right.
from our music. So we have to be responsible for that. And with Chris, I pray for him. He's a good guy as far as me talking to him, knowing him. But you have to remain focused. I understand this was stuff that had happened, prior to the Rihanna thing, but nevertheless, you got to come out knowing that especially if you're in one scandal, that something else is going to be afoot, because
Right.
it sells. You're a celebrity, so you.
Again, you have good, you got powerful, strong words. Good, excellent motivation. So, have you ever thought about going out there to different places and speaking to young adults?
I'm glad
or
you said. We are definitely working on that. My wife is pushing me toward
Yes,
that lines
yes.
too, because I'm also getting ready to be a new author. I'm writing a book called Bigger Than Me,
Okay.
which chronicles my journey
Yes.
from the beginning
Right.
to the end. It's a tell-all.
Mhm.
And so with me and post the PTSD
Right,
stuff and
right.
going through that, I had to get through that first to
Right.
know. And after going through that portion of it, I
Mhm.
realized that we do have a story to tell.
Yes, you
And
do.
we do have a documentary on
Right.
YouTube
Good.
called
Tell
Love,
us
Life,
more.
and Spirituality on YouTube. Love, Life, and Spirituality, which is the documentary and a precursor before the actual book, Bigger
Right.
Than Me, comes out. 'Cause I'm still writing on it.
Wow.
Because I don't know what this last chapter going to be. So we'll see. Y'all buy this album.
So tell everybody where they can reach you.
You have to reach me on all platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, under Dr. Enin, Perrym. Spell it right. Enin, the number 9 spelled backwards. Perryman, you won't forget it, right? Dr. Enin, Perryman on all social media platforms. The new record is called Blame Me. And the other one is called Love You, because I love you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, everyone, you know what? I appreciate y'all watching me today, rocking with Robin. But you know what? We're going to hold Ian to his word, because he's going to take us out with one of his songs he got going out right now.
Since you've been gone, my life has changed. Seems like everything has gone away. And it hurts me so bad that you're not here with me. 'Cause I love you forever and ever will be. Yeah.
You've been watching Rockin' with Robin. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.
Rockin' with Robin. Rockin' with Robin. It's your girl. It's your girl. Keeping you up with the world. Always with a smile. Walking in her own style. Having convo with some interesting folks. So come hang out with your favorite host. Rockin' with Robin.